Charleston White rolled into Fifth Ward, Jay Prince's territory, and started running his mouth. That visit didn't end quietly. Shots were fired in his direction. And after that, Charleston went public, claiming Jay Prince's people were behind it. He wasn't done talking either, because he then started taking direct shots at Jay Prince and his family. Things escalated fast from there. Charleston said he found out who the alleged shooter was, and he announced he'd be giving that name straight to the FBI. That's a line most people don't cross, and it set off a whole chain of reactions. Wack 100 stepped in with his take on the situation. He said nobody was coming at Jay Prince before Charleston kicked all this off. Wack also made it clear that Charleston said things you simply can't walk back, and he claimed the feds are now watching to see if Jay Prince retaliates for what was said about his family. The alleged shooter has been identified by name as a guy called Ken. Since the story broke, his Instagram page has gone private. Now, here's where Charleston tells his side directly.
So let me tell y'all why I'm talking to James Prince Sr. the way I'm talking to him today. I'm in Houston, Texas. And I decided to go enjoy myself at Dr. Candace Matthews. So I went to Dr. Candace Matthews' birthday party, and just so happened the birthday party was in Fifth Ward, Texas. Fifth Ward, part of Houston. Everybody knows Fifth Ward, that's James Prince hood, that's James Prince neighborhood. He loved Fifth Ward. So I show up in Fifth Ward, knowing that this is James Prince Rap-A-Lot in Mob Ties neighborhood, right? I show up knowing this. So guess what I do? I go to their hood. I go to their neighborhood by myself. No mace, no gun, no nothing. To me and say, hey, woo, woo, woo. One came to me and said, man, we just need you to apologize. Well, guess what my apology is?
Word spread incredibly fast about who was allegedly behind the shooting, which isn't shocking given how loud this whole situation got. Charleston White does have a reputation for saying wild things, and walking into Fifth Ward solo the way he did was a bold move no matter how you look at it. Wack 100 was honestly the first person a lot of people heard going at Jay Prince publicly. But what Charleston did by physically showing up in that neighborhood and saying what he said, that's a whole different level. According to Wack, the beef didn't just start the day Charleston appeared in Fifth Ward. There was history building before that moment.
I'm in the city. I went to Fifth Ward by myself. And it didn't even take a plane getting me. It ain't nothing but a misdemeanor assault if you hit me upside the head. Man, ain't nothing but a misdemeanor assault if you hit me upside the head. The pistol shot at the car. Not only did they shoot at the car, they called 30 mob time. Mob time. Call, mob time. Showed up 30 deep, and all they wanted to do was to plead with me to apologize to James Prince. James Prince, yo mama, do you hear me? James Sr. You sent your hit squad. Y'all had a chance to get me.
After all that, Charles the White got word of who the alleged shooter was, and he made his position crystal clear. He was taking that name straight to the FBI. He believes Charleston had already gone too far, crossing a line when he made those comments about Jay Prince, his sons, and the entire Mob Ties organization.
So Ken is always with Jay Prince would be stay down, say the kid, stay down, and his son, but it's really not his son. Okay. They shot him, they shot at him. The kid, it took Steve Francis' wife. She married Steve Francis' ex-wife, the lady named Shelby. I'm just my oldest young. Yeah, you probably about 40. So let me ask you something. Dude ain't lying, does he know? I don't think he tried to. I don't think he actually tried to hit him. I think it's outside showing out. And then just shot at. I don't know if he tried to shoot. I have no idea, but that's what shot though. And a kid. I sent you a social media, man. So shot at.
Wack jumped in and drew a clear distinction between criticizing someone and repeatedly disrespecting their whole family.
Jay Prince, you see how they turn on you so fast? Boy, them tell on James Prince. Ooh, let me tell on James Prince for Charleston White. Oh, gave up the shooter already. Gave up the shooter already. Ken, they done gave you Instagram and everything. So guess what I did, Ken? Guess what I did, Ken? I sent this straight to the FBI. Detective such and such. Ken, all trying to show out for Jay Prince, this known as Stomp Down son. I got the information on you. Ken, they said it was you, Ken. Somebody, I'm gonna break my finger pointing at Ken. I'll break this goddamn finger pointing at Ken. And when Ken say break it, they said.
The general read on the situation was that Charleston crossed a boundary that most people operating in those streets would never touch. Going into Jay Prince's neighborhood while still running his mouth and poking the situation? Most people said he had to know exactly what kind of response that would bring. But Charleston White has never really operated like someone who loses sleep over unwritten street rules. His whole platform is built on saying exactly what he wants, putting people on blast, and then reaching for law enforcement the moment anyone tries to hit back.
Ken, they said it was you, Ken. Boy, you with your friends said it was you, Ken. You know I like to talk, Ken. You can't keep it to themselves. They got to say what in the goddamn fool. Ken bust up and come to Fifth Ward and stay here for 3-4 hours and don't get a knot put upside the head. We gonna put a bullet hole in the trunk. Pow! Put a bullet hole in the trunk. We got him, y'all. We got him. He know not to come back to Fifth Ward. What we do? Pow! Put a bullet hole in it. Not come back here no more. I'm coming back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. If you leave my car, y'all put the bullet hole in. I keep telling everybody, them people don't want to kill nobody. They want to bust a few windows, put a few tires on flat.
And in this chapter of the story, that pattern held true all the way through. The moment Charleston said he'd hand over the alleged shooter's name to the FBI, nobody blinked. That kind of move fits exactly who he is. He's been upfront for years about cooperating with law enforcement, and he's told people directly that if they try to hurt him, he will report it. So, whoever allegedly pulled that trigger had to already know what was coming. Charleston has made no secret of it. He's warned people, publicly and repeatedly, that any attempt to harm him ends with him talking to investigators.
Like that, bust a few bottles with the bullets. They really don't want to hurt nobody intentionally. It's situational. They done got mad, got in a situation, and fire, and the bullets went somebody, but they didn't mean it. Why? They took a plea bargain when it's time to go to court. Young, I know y'all want to give me life. I'll take 50. I'll take 50, young. I know y'all want to give me life, but I'll take 50. Now, walk it down. Make him give me some time. Don't accept it. Guess what? Fifth Ward. I always thought the third ward in the south part, the hardest anyway. I ain't going from Northway side to Northway side, the Hearn Park, the South Park, and the third ward. I always thought they was a little bit more special than the fifth ward. I only know a few handful.
What made the situation move even faster online was a name. People started claiming a man named Ken was connected to the shooting, and almost as soon as that name started spreading, his Instagram account reportedly went private. That alone isn't evidence of anything, but the timing of it had people locked in, asking more questions, and pushing the story further across social media. Right now, there are still multiple versions of what actually happened floating around, and none of them have been confirmed. Some people think Fifth Ward was chosen deliberately because of every word Charleston had said about Jay Prince. Others think the shots were meant to scare him off, not kill him. just enough pressure to push him out of the neighborhood.
Fifth Ward, there was some really thumper-rumpers, thoroughbred, Derek Burton, a.k.a. Prince Rashid. He's standing. It ain't too many that bloody nickels on in Houston, but ain't a bunch of Fifth Ward on in Dallas and Fort Worth and San Antonio, Amarillo, El Paso, Waco, Killeen, Longview, Marshall, Fifth Ward, known for Fifth Ward. And I'm saying bloody nickels. Charleston White went to Fifth Ward after seeing James Prince and told rapper like Bob Time from Lil King to got Honeycomb, Honey Bun Brazy. Ain't no mob time. I strip you whatever mafia ties you think you got, boy. I made an OG call. Made Jay Prince see his long head and somewhere with that mega ever fro he got. Oh, that ever fro he got.
There are also people who think Charleston stretched the truth on some of this, because controversy keeps him relevant. He knows exactly how the internet works. Every dangerous situation he walks into becomes a string of interviews, live streams, and viral moments within hours. But even if someone believes he's playing the drama up for attention, walking into Fifth Ward after publicly disrespecting one of the most powerful families in Houston was still a genuinely dangerous call to make.
Look like he got a toupee on his head. I made him sit it up. Then I told Junior, you a straight boy. If it wasn't for your daddy, would have been made you. You would have done it too, weak boy. Jazz, the only thing saving about your legacy. If it wasn't for Jazz, the Jay Prince family. So let me tell you what happened today, boys and girls. I don't know James Prince on the nickel. All I know is don't know Houston. The sheriff do. Harris County Sheriff run, not the chief of police. Harris County Sheriff run it. And if sheriff didn't tell me I gotta check in, can't damn make me check in, and sheriff ain't said it. Sheriff ain't gave me no stipulation. So why would I check in?
So, why would I check in? Charleston may have figured that cameras, witnesses, and his history of cooperating with law enforcement gave him a layer of protection. But none of that guarantees anything when a situation turns physical. And what's interesting is that after the alleged shooting, he didn't pull back at all. He got louder. He kept talking about Jay Prince, brought the family back into it, and made it obvious he had no intention of going quiet just because someone reportedly fired shots in his direction. That response didn't calm anything down. It threw gasoline on it. Now both sides are sitting under a microscope. Careers got locked down instead of launched. Charleston was out here naming names, talking FBI, and putting everyone tied to Jay Prince under a cloud of suspicion, even without any confirmed evidence pointing to a specific person being behind what happened.
That you can't come back from. Straight up. If you want to get credit, didn't nobody get at Jay Prince like that till I got at him like that. They feel
definitely a fact.
till I caught him, told him who he was. Now watch you get kicked in your son crying, scared straight. Miami had to save him. And I started handling Jay Prince like that. Nobody ever handled Jay Prince like that. Period. So what he's saying is, I'm saying some things that ain't no coming back from. I want to put my mouth, your mama. I was just in your neighborhood at your place of business you own and up on me and asked me to apologize, and I told them, let me tell you what them told me. They say, Wack, that outside surrounded by 30 talking bad. Talking bad. Telling them, you ain't gonna do nothing. All that 30, and they let him get in the car and fire some shots when he pull off. So at the end of the day, now it was like, okay, Jay Prince, you talked to him coming to Fifth Ward when that came in there. You sent goons at him. He told him, I ain't apologizing. Go outside. Still talking. Pulls off, fire 2 shots, he ain't never touched. Now he leaves and say, tell your mama, yo move. See, this where Jay Prince go wrong. He put himself in situations where he got to do something. And the feds is waiting for him to do something. What dude just said is in the world now. So what you think the next nigga who had a problem with Jay Prince but like was scared to handle it, what you think he thinking right now?
That shit sweet over there.
Can do it. I can do time.
Yeah.
This whole
You see what I'm saying? So you got to know what you hearing and know what's going on. That right there, go find anywhere whoever then said that dude. Why he still in Houston? Oh, he's still in Houston right now. He ain't leaving.
Oh yeah, he said he was going back again.
Ain't no going back. He's still in there. He's still there right now. He ain't leaving his hotel. He went outside. If it go outside here in LA in a high rise and turn his scenery, we know right where he at.
That's facts.
Right.
He went outside, told mamas, and I'm telling you, that stigma Jay Prince that worked all them years for is leaving.
That's good. Yeah, that's
And see, I remember, Ebony, I had that conversation with Brock. I said Jay Prince was always known as man. He ain't looking too scary no more. He's not scared of Jay Prince. I'm not.
Man,
Yes,
Brock-
he does.
I don't think them Northside Houston scared of them, no.
I just don't think how my city works. So I told myself I won't even speak to them. Never been here about this. You wouldn't understand.
area in that
I
area.
don't think the Northside scared of that.
Oh, in his area, no, in this area over there, bro. Listen to me. Listen to me. Ain't no bro to follow behind that. That's one thing we can't say that they follow behind. Like a
Sure.
it's a
But that
fact.
Junior, I know for a fact Junior ain't got no hands. He a mark.
Junior ain't even no. Junior's a privileged child. The only thing he know about a gutter is what he went around. That grow up struggling and that.
Wack 100 also made something else very clear. He said the bigger danger for Charleston White might not be whatever already went down, but what's still coming. Once you disrespect a man's family out loud and then drag federal investigators into the conversation publicly, there's almost no quiet path back from that. That you can't come back from straight up, Wack said. You want to get credit. Did nobody get at Jay Prince like that till I got at him like that? He kept going, describing how he confronted Prince directly, told him exactly who he thought he was, and watched him get shaken. Watched his son crying, watched Miami have to step in and calm the situation down. Nobody ever handled Jay Prince like that, period. His point was simple. He wasn't just talking, he was saying things out loud that crossed lines most people won't cross, including telling Prince he'd been to his neighborhood, to his place of business, and refused to apologize even when he was surrounded by 30 of Prince's people. And that's where things get really interesting. According to Wack, those 30 people let Prince get in his car, and when he pulled off, 2 shots were fired. Nobody got hit, Prince left. And Wack's read on all of it? Prince keeps putting himself in positions where he either has to act or look weak, and the feds are sitting right there waiting for him to make that move. He put himself in situations where he got to do something, Wack said, and the feds is waiting for him to do something. That statement is out in the world now, and it's not going away quietly. So, who do you think was next in line with a problem against Jay Prince but didn't have the nerve to act on it? What's going through that person's head right now? The thinking is simple. I can move how I move. You see what's being said here? You've got to actually understand what you're hearing, because there's real context underneath all of it. Go find whoever made that statement. Track it down. And here's the thing, why is he still in Houston? He hasn't gone anywhere. He said he was heading back, but there's no going back happening. He's still sitting in that hotel. He went outside in LA, in a high-rise, turned the corner, and they knew exactly where he was. That's not a rumor, that's confirmed. He stepped out and told his mom he was still in Houston. That loyalty he built working alongside Jay Prince for all those years, it's walking out the door. And yeah, that says a lot. There was a conversation, a real one, where the point was made clearly. Jay Prince used to carry a certain kind of weight just on his name alone. That fear factor, it's fading. He doesn't look as untouchable as he once did. And honestly, Northside Houston, they're not shaking over him either. That's just the reality of it. That city has its own energy, and it doesn't bend easy. Now Junior is a different story altogether. Junior doesn't have that grit behind him. He's a privileged kid who only knows about the streets from what he observed growing up around it. He didn't come up struggling through it, he just got close enough to see it. Here's what's actually going on with Charleston's strategy, whether he's aware of it or not. He's put himself in a position where every single move around him is going to be watched and picked apart. If someone confronts him, people will immediately draw a line straight back to Jay Prince. If another incident breaks out, the internet will be pointing at mob ties before a single fact gets confirmed. That's what makes this whole situation so volatile for everyone connected to it. Even if Jay Prince had zero involvement in the shooting, Charleston's accusations have already shaped the public story. Now anyone in Jay Prince's circle could face questions or get pulled into accusations purely based on the history between these two men. The narrative is already written in the court of public opinion, and it's moving fast. At the same time, Charleston clearly understands that being loud is its own kind of shield. The more he speaks on the alleged threats, drops names, and mentions the FBI, the harder it becomes for anyone to move on him without drawing a spotlight. That might be exactly why he won't go quiet. Instead of keeping this behind closed doors, he's broadcasting every piece of it online. Charleston has kept the whole thing out in the open, on purpose. In his mind, a bigger audience means less room for anyone to make another move against him. But that logic cuts both ways. Every interview adds fuel, and every public accusation puts more heat on the people he's naming. Even when his information turns out to be wrong, the reputational damage lands first. The correction always comes after. Wack also noted that Charleston has built his entire brand around provoking people who would never normally engage in public. He calls out street figures, rappers, promoters, and connected families in ways most commentators wouldn't go near. The deeper issue isn't just the criticism, it's how personal he makes it. The moment family members enter the conversation, the whole thing becomes nearly impossible to contain. That's exactly why Wack treats Charleston's comments about Jay Prince as something different from ordinary internet noise. According to Wack, what Charleston said would be considered unforgivable by people from that world. And then, he physically walked into the neighborhood tied to those same people. Whether he went there to prove he wasn't afraid, film content, or directly challenge them, he put himself inside the fire instead of commenting from somewhere safe. Now that an alleged shooter's name is being passed around, things could get a lot messier. If law enforcement steps in, every text, call, post, and association becomes fair game. Right now, though, there's no official confirmation tying Jay Prince, his family, or anyone connected to mob ties to the shooting. Most of what's circulating comes from online claims, Charleston's own statements, and Wack's reading of what he heard. People are also questioning whether Charleston actually expected this outcome when he showed up in Fifth Ward. He's spent years staking his name on confronting dangerous people and daring them to react. Usually it stays digital. There are threats, heated exchanges, back and forth, interviews, but nothing ever goes physical. This time was different because he didn't just talk about the neighborhood, he walked into it. He put himself in the same physical space as the people he'd been publicly going at. Some viewers think he did it to show he couldn't be scared off. Others believe he knew exactly how much content the drama would generate. Either way, once the alleged shots were fired, it stopped looking like another round of internet beef. And Charleston's response made it even harder to dismiss. He didn't go quiet. He didn't step back. He immediately started naming people, making accusations, and claiming he already knew who the alleged shooter was. That's completely in line with how he operates. He doesn't try to position himself as a traditional street figure, and he never has. He's already said it publicly. He'll call law, enforcement, work with investigators, and put anyone he thinks is targeting him on full blast. That's exactly why some people say going up against Charleston is a no-win situation. If nothing comes of it, he just keeps talking. If someone does react, he runs straight to the authorities, broadcasts it everywhere, and uses it as evidence that his opponents are dangerous. But plenty of others argue that his willingness to dial 911 doesn't make what he's doing any less reckless. Repeatedly disrespecting people, dragging their families into it, then physically showing up in their neighborhood, that's a match being held near a gas line. Once something ignites, there's no pulling it back. The bigger worry right now is that this whole thing keeps getting worse with every new accusation. Charleston has already tied the alleged shooting to Jay Prince's side, and Wack 100 has jumped in with his own spin on what's really happening. Every time another voice enters the conversation, the story shifts. Old feuds resurface, new names get dropped, and rumors travel way faster than anything that's actually been confirmed. That's why the line between fact and allegation matters here. There's no shortage of online noise, but until investigators actually put out evidence, nobody on the outside can say with any certainty who pulled the trigger or what the motive was. The public tension, though, that part is completely real. Charleston has made it known he's not stepping back, and the people he keeps naming now face an uncomfortable choice. Ignoring him hands him full control of the story. Responding to him only turns up the volume and risks making his accusations look like they've got something behind them. Neither option is clean. Charleston feeds off the controversy. The people he's targeting, on the other hand, often stand to lose a lot more from a public back and forth than he does. And with federal authorities now being floated as part of the conversation, even people with no direct connection to the alleged shooting may want to stay far away before rumors start looking like a real investigation. What this whole situation really shows is how fast something that starts as internet provocation can spiral into something nobody can laugh off. Charleston White built his name on saying the things others wouldn't dare say out loud. But walking into Fifth Ward after weeks of publicly disrespecting Jay Prince and his family was a completely different kind of move. Whether he went there to make a statement, shoot content, or prove he wasn't afraid, the alleged shooting flipped the entire narrative. This wasn't two people trading shots in the comments anymore. Once gunfire entered the story, every word said before and after started carrying real weight. Now, Charleston is claiming he knows who allegedly pulled the trigger, and he's saying openly that he's ready to bring the FBI into it. At the same time, Wack 100 is out here, suggesting that some of what Charleston said may not be the kind of thing people just move on from. None of that points to Jay Prince or anyone in his circle being responsible. No official confirmation has come out naming who fired the shots, or whether the shooting was even directly tied to Charleston's ongoing beef with Prince. But the fact that fingers started pointing instantly says everything about how explosive this tension already was. Charleston spent months publicly going after Jay Prince by name, so the second something happened to him in Fifth Ward, people made the connection automatically. That's just the reality of what he built with his own words. When you spend that much time targeting someone, you don't get the luxury of coincidence. That's also why the name circulating online needs to be handled carefully. Someone going private on Instagram is not proof of anything, and internet rumors have a dangerous way of putting innocent people in the middle of situations they had nothing to do with. That's how real harm spreads without a single fact being confirmed. As for Charleston, the controversy will probably just make him louder. He's never once responded to pressure by pulling back, and confrontations like this tend to give him more fuel, not less. But the real question is whether he truly grasps how far this could spiral. Publicly naming alleged suspects, bringing federal investigators into the conversation, and continuing to disrespect people with serious reach, that's not just content anymore. Those choices carry consequences that go well beyond a viral clip. Hopefully everyone involved steps back and lets law enforcement actually do their job before rumors and social media pressure make everything worse. So, drop your take in the comments. Did Charleston take it too far by stepping into Fifth Ward after everything he said about Jay Prince and his family? Or does nobody have the right to confront him no matter what he said? Subscribe to Fazar for more breaking hip-hop, news, and stories just like this one, and we'll see you in the next one.